Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US Indices for the 8th of March, and we've got a few things to talk about, a few different counts, but as you can see, the minor trading level 8, wherever I see an 8, I always call it a profit-taking number. The bids always seem to get hit. It could be 8 cents, it could be 18 cents, $1.80, $18, 180, 800, 8,000, so on. So we can certainly see that, and it also reflects it back all the way through over here. So it's eight's a really important number as such. So yes, what we're seeing here, we're seeing the market roll over. What I haven't seen just yet is that the move down through here is only in 3 waves. It's not 5 waves. If it's 3 waves, it could actually just make another high here, and we need to talk about that. If we can see that it develops 5 waves here, then we'll get an ABC correction, and then we'll see another 5 down. So it's all step by step. Now we've got a few counts as well. This is pretty much our primary count here. Well, we have wave 1 up here, and we can look for wave 2 pulling back to this area. We've also got another count that would take us down to around the 2700 mark here. So we need to look at that and talk about that as well. So there is still a bearish count with all this as well. So the bearish count, I need to go and find it. We haven't looked at it for a long time. Let me just check it out here. It's not here. I think it was somewhere. Right. So it's a long shot, but it's possible. So wave 5 over here, the top over here, wave 1 here, an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. So it's possible to have a top in here and then move all the way down through to here. So we've obviously talked about this before, but yeah, it's there. The other count is that we've got a top in here. We pull down to the 50-60% retracement level, which we just looked at, but we'll look at that in more detail. And then another one that comes down to the 2700 area through here. So we need to talk about that as well. So we've got probably 3 here, and we just need to track the structure to find out which one that we actually have here. So if we go down to the original one first, this is a 5-hour chart, but we'll go to the 4-hour chart. It's the same though. So we have wave 1 here, wave 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for 3 and 4, and then we've tracked 5 waves up here. So it's quite a good structure, this one, because wave 3 is the longest, and wave 1 and wave 5 will have some sort of relationship in common there. But so on the wave, on the 4-hour chart here, we had this as a bit of an alternative count here, so we can remove that. We're actually being triggered in short here on a couple of trades now, to the couple of positions to the short side. So we'll take a look at those, and we'll protect those trades too. We'll need to put them into, lock them into profit. So yeah, well, this is the 4-hour chart here, and we can look at this moving down through here as wave A and wave B and wave C here. The problem with this so far is that I've only got, if this is going to be wave 1 up here and we come back for wave 2 here, then we'd be looking at a structure that would be wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the A wave, 3 for the B wave, and then 5 for the C wave here. That's how we would see that play out through here. So because it's wave 1 up here, the top, and then coming back for wave 2, it would be a simple zigzag. So a 5, 3, 5 structure here. But I want to find that other count. So just on the 2-hour chart here, this is the other count here that can take us down to the 2700 area through here, or the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, and that starts here with wave 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, and then 3. The thing about this one here is that you'd expect wave 3 to be more powerful. The third of the third of the third of the third here would expect more power to come in here, and it hasn't really come in here, so it's probably not a good reflection of this. But we still got to count it, and we've still got to put it there, and you know, we need to look at it. But yeah, that takes us down to roughly the 27 or a little bit lower than that as a wave 4. And wave 4s can be complicated, as you know, so that's where we get triangles and double zigzags and all the flat family types of corrections. So yeah, we just need to be aware of that. But yeah, we need to talk about this in detail because the devil's in the details, they say. Yeah, we'll talk about that now, because we've covered those other counts. Really, they're just target areas that we can look at there. So this is it here, so on the 1 hour chart here. So we're looking at a top being in play here, and we're looking for the move down. So within this structure here, it's basically the way that it stands so far. I can just use these. So an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. Of course, this here could also, if I can just copy that text here, that could also be a wave 3 here, and then we're pulling back for a wave 4 here. So if I just put that here, a wave 4 here, and then of course copy that and put a wave 5 down here. So this is what we wanted to find out, really, if we're going to get a 5-wave structure down or 3 waves. So if it was 5 waves down, we'd take the top here as a 3rd wave down here, and we would look for a retracement level from the low here back to the 38.2% retracement level. When we're looking at the 38.2% retracement level, we need to look at the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, which I think is this one here. I'll need to go to the tick chart and check that. So from there down to the 38 here, I can just move that into here. I'll be able to fix that up in a minute, just roughly. So if we were looking for a 4th wave, we'd look for an A and a B and a C wave into this space here, which really is part of group 2 here. So 65, 72 and 80 here, that's what the market's doing. That low here, retested, failed, it will try and do it again. And then if we get the 5th wave down, then we have 5 waves down. So in that case, if we get the 5 waves down, let me just straighten this up a little bit. If we get 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then we'll get, if I can just copy that, then we'll get the A, the B, and the C wave back up here, and then we'll need to look at this in terms of a retracement once again. So we could, let's just take it to the 2700 here as a low. We can check that out later. And that would still give us back here the 61.8% and the 50 here. So that's what we would be looking for in this space here. Something we would need to negotiate and then move down from that point there. So roughly put that in, get rid of that. So the first thing to do is that from this section here, we've got an A and a B and a C. So the market can move straight up from here, okay? It can just go straight up here. I mean, that's what it can do. So because we've got a short trade in here and we've got another one that's in here, then we need to make a decision of what we're going to do here. So we can take part profit here, or we can take full profit here. So, or you don't need to take any, but it's just nice to lock some in for sure, you know, nice to leave some skin in the game, but then again, it's also nice to you know, if you're trading sharply, then you just take the whole lot here. But I think always taking a balanced point of view and taking some profit here. I'll just save that because you don't want that profit turning into a loss. Okay, so yeah, take half of it off, take 70% off, and then if we can work out that this is corrective here, this move up here is an A and a B and a C for wave 4, then we'll know that we've got this 5th wave down here. You'll see it in the cash market a little bit easier. So I did grab a snapshot of this. So this is the 15-minute on the cash, the SPX, and we've got down here, very sharp move down through here. Don't need to go into that, it's an impulse wave. Pulling back up here, this is all within group 2 area through here, and then sorry, group 2 here, 65, 72 and 80 here. So, but here we can see we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here. So we're definitely going to get about, so we can come back on the cash market, we can come back up to, that's the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So in that case, we look at 265 here, 272 and 280. That's all of group 2 here. So really the market, what it's done now is it's left the 2800 area here, which is a major trade, which is a minor trading level, but important one. And then we've got group 2 below and group 1 above. So it's getting outside of group 2 now. So it's leaving the 2800. So this retest here will help solidify that, and then with wave 5 coming down, we'll go ABC and we'll have another retest there, and it will fail at that point, because if we've got 5 waves down here, then we'll get another 5 after here. We never really got a nice 5 waves from wave 4 to wave 5 here. So, you know, it's possible to look at this as an A and a B and a C here, but it takes us too low here, so it's not on the case. So not there. And just on the tick chart here, let me just, for the folks that like a little bit of detail, so I've got it labeled a little bit differently, just have to use my labels, but basically wave A here, wave B here, and then we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then from wave 2 we've got wave 3 all the way down here, and wave 4 and wave 5 here. So from here we've got blue wave 1 and 2 and blue wave 3 and 4 and 5 here, and then within the third of the third here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, let's just see here what we've got here. I mean, obviously this one here can also be wave 3 here and wave 4 here, so let's just put that in there. I mean, it's 1 degree smaller here, sorry about that, but the count's more important than good graphics or fancy talk and stuff. So yeah, that's the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. The 38.2% retracement level can come in from here to here. Okay, well that fits nicely on here then. That's the 38.2% retracement level. That's the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. This is where this can come back to here as an ABC here, and then move down into wave 5 down through to here. So this can be also wave 3 here, of course. Okay, well that's kind of it really there. So I guess coming back, if we go back to the hourly chart here, sorry to waffle on a bit. So that's actually down here for this. Yeah, so I guess if you're not short now, then don't worry about it too much. You can short wave 5 down if it comes down to the 2700. The 2720 is going to be a contentional point there too for that move. So be a little bit mindful of that. So I'll just put that there. Yeah, otherwise the short comes in like back over here, and we catch this. You catch this structure down through here, and this will also be the same for the Nasdaq as well. So if we find the tech stocks here, we can look at same thing again. We can look at the move down here as an A and a B and a C wave here. You can take part profit here on the 7,000. You're going to get some sort of bounce. And the 38.2% retracement level would come in from here to here, which would bring us back in a little bit higher than this. I've got to adjust this now. So back into 7,065 area here. Then that would give us wave 5 to the downside here. And I've got that green line here because we can short that again from there, but we don't want to short it until we get the reference point low in, just in case. And then we'll look for an A and a B and a C wave back into this space, and then down from that space. So yeah, look, it all goes back down to, are we going to get 5 waves down to here, or are we going to get 3 to here and then move up from here? So if you've got, that's why we want to take part profit here. Yeah. You want enough. You want to take enough profit here, though, that if the market moves back up into this space here and takes our stop out above the 61.8%, then you want to be at least at break-even point at that stage. Okay. And let's just have a look at a few stocks now that we've spoken about that. We always look at Amazon most of the time. So I'll just go to the 4-hour chart here. So for the 4-hour chart here, we've, as I mentioned before, we can count 5 waves up here for wave 1, and we looked at this as an A and a B and a C here for wave A, and looking for a wave B over here to cover the gap, and then wave C to come down. We did go long in here, up into here, and we've got stopped out here with a little bit of profit. I should have done better on that. We should have taken part profit at 1700. Sorry about that. I was just out there traveling, so it was a bit difficult for me to do everything, but yeah, so in this case here, wave A here will have some sort of equality to wave C here, so it may not come all the way down here, but we certainly have overlapping wave structures within this space here now. So Daisy, you want to go to the hourly chart here. So we were long here, and we've got stopped out here. I should have taken part profit here at the 1700. Apologies about that. So yeah, look, now we need to count 5 waves down, coming down into this space here. Not that interested in that. I'm more interested in on the long side for this one here now, and also this is the same for Apple as well. Let me find some other stocks just to have a little look at as well. Alphabet pops up here, so we need to look at Alphabet. So Alphabet Google has come back up and touched the 61.8% mark here. I still think we're 1 wave short here with this, so let me just double check. So anyway, it's being sold off there. Let's not updated. I don't normally update these ones that much, so OWL is not updated, so I just need to go into the tick chart. Just want to have a look at this top here. This is 100 ticks. It's not clear enough. I'll just go to 20 ticks. Sorry about that. Just need to get in here to have a look at this, see where we are here. So we're on 20 ticks, and I can see that we've got this wave 5 here, so wave 4 here, and a bottom of a wave 3 here. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we've got that nice 3rd wave here, 4th wave and 5th wave. So we've got this little move here, which would be wave 1, A, B, C for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So that's giving us 5 waves from this little area through here. I'm not sure how to count this. I can see that I can count it in different ways. I can count it as wave 1, an A and a B and a C for wave 2, because it's come back up higher than this one here. So 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here as well. Or we have an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. So this can be an A wave, the B wave and the C. So we can actually have a low in place here. If it's going to come back, it's going to come back to here. So it's only if it finds support on this level here that it would be bullish from that point. So just note that there. So that point there. So let's just go back in and have a look at this structure. So from the low here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So that's 5 to here, A, B, and C here. That doesn't have 5 waves in it. That's just 3 waves. That's probably 5 waves here. So wave 1 to here, wave 2 over to here, and 1 and, oh God, 1 and 2. I can't see that there, but we'll have to call that 3, 4, and 5 here. So that does give us 5 waves to the upside. Still leaves us with this one here. So it just doesn't look like 5 waves here, does it? So I can see we got 5 waves in this little space. So it just doesn't give us 5 waves down through to here as a C wave, because I'm thinking an A and a B and a C here. It's just not delivering that. So does present some other problems too. So if we call this wave 1 here and wave 2 here and this wave 3 here, then this is wave 4. We don't want to see this market moving down any further than where it is here. So from here we can actually make another high here. So we need that one. So we got that 1,157 here. We need to gravitate to the closest largest number. So I would rather go to 8, so 158. If support is found on 158, then it's bullish and we'll make new highs here, and the target will be 180 up here, if not higher. Okay. If it goes to the 158 here and then drops back and makes a new low here, then we're in bearish mode for this market. That's important. I'll leave it at that. Let's just have a look at what else we've got here. Berkshire Hathaway, that comes in here. So yeah, I mean, we called this in as a high here. This came back up really high here, didn't make a new high, but I've been watching this here, and this is an A and a B, and then 5 waves up here for a C wave here. So this to me is corrective here, so we should make new lows coming down through here now, unless there's only other one long count here. So that's from this low here to that high here. If this was wave 1 and 2 here, then wave 1 and 2 here, that's the 61.8% mark here. So right on that low here, we don't want it going any further than that. So we can short that you could short that new low here. But of course, in shorting a new low, what we like to wait for is the retest. So we've got the low in place. So, well, that's okay now. So that would be the, move that up to there. That would be the short trade now for this market. We need that reference point low there. Otherwise, you'll get trapped. Like here, see this point here, you'll get trapped. So that's why we need a breach of that there. But you can short that from that point. So that looks, mind you, that there's not really looking an A and a B and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a C wave here. So it looks, it still could be bullish and go higher at that stage. But anyway, we know where the trigger is for that. Banks, let's have a look. Where are we? Morgans. Okay, so we were looking with all the banks. We're looking for 5 waves up. It's just from the Christmas run, the same as the S&P. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So yeah, we expect that to roll over further. That's fine. Some of the other banks are not as clear. Goldman's here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. It just didn't make that 5th wave here, so there's something not quite right here with this. But this is what happens at large numbers here when you're tracking stuff. Like this, the 200 is a major trading level, medium level here 150. So it's being skewed here at this stage here. So this wave 4 could certainly be over here with this, but don't forget some of the other banks have made new highs here, so it may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It may have squashed it all up into this space here. I'm not quite sure about that one. I need to pull it apart. I'll just see if there's any other obvious ones here. Citigroup here's got those spikes on it, so that's not good. We'll look at that on the trading levels charting program, which is here. And it's also at a medium level as well. So medium level 65 here. So in this case here, we can see that we've got that new high come in here with a 5-wave structure of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is unfolding here, but this would only still give us 3 waves down too. It will possibly give us 5. If we can get those 5 down, then that's going to be, if we can get 5 waves down here as such, then we can look for the retest here. So we don't have those 5 completed here yet either. So we'll look for short trades once we got 5 waves down and 3 waves back. Then we can start looking at the short positions for a lot of these. So I'll just leave it at that because the video is getting a little bit long, but I just wanted to have look at a few tech stocks and a few banks driving those 2 sectors that we just looked at. Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in, as always. Much appreciated. Cheers.